This right here is the Teclast X89 Kindow. Now they call it Kindow, which is a play obviously on the word Kindle because they're promoting this as more of an ebook reader. It's still a dual boot tablet here, but in this particular video I'm just going to go over the Android side of things. There will be another video that'll cover Windows. So what we have is a 4:3 screen, and it's 7.5 inches. It has a resolution of 1440 by 1080, so a little bit of an odd resolution. Now the panel itself they are using is a Samsung, and I have checked out the brightness. It does get up to 310 lumens, which is quite bright, not bad. And the build of it is all plastic. So here on the side there we can see we do have a micro SD card slot. On the top there is a 3.5mm headphone jack there. Now I can confirm that it does support microphones and remotes. Yes and no. I tried a remote in there and pushing the button would just play the audio, but the volume up and down buttons didn't seem to work at all there. So we have a micro USB for both data and charging there, and micro HDMI out, which is good to see considering the price range. Now this is only around about 80 US. Actually, I've seen it advertised for about 75, so a very cheap tablet. Rear camera here is only 2 megapixels and it takes a horrible photo. Almost useless, really. It has a fixed focus, so no autofocus on there, and the microphone here at the top. Here we have the power and volume on buttons. There is a tiny little speaker here that you'll hear later on in this particular review here isn't very good there. So the front-facing camera is a VGA one. Yes, VGA. Horrible resolution, very pixely, very blocky. Passable for Skype. Not really, actually. No, the quality just looks all grainy. Not good at all. But overall, build-wise, there's no creaks in it. There's no flex in it. I mean, for the price, you probably hear me saying that a few times. I don't think it's too bad. The finish is okay, really. But it's all plasticky. So the ROM doesn't have Teclast T launcher on it. If you ever remember that, if you've seen my X98 Air 3G videos, it was a custom launcher that they have, and it performed quite poorly. Now we have to remember that this has last generation's Bay Trail in there, so this is an Atom Z3735 that can clock up to 1.8 gigahertz. Didn't think I would be reviewing any more tablets with this particular chipset in it, but hey, here I am. And only 2 gigabytes of RAM. The other thing was also a 32 gigabyte eMMC on board, and that is divided up, of course, between Windows and Android. So storage-wise, if you have a look here, quite poor there. I've only got 2.2 gigabytes free at the moment. I have installed a couple of large games, but on general, I think when you start it up and first boot it, there's only around about 6.6 gigabytes free. So not a lot of free space to play with there. And as you can see, this is running KitKat, so very old now. It is dated version of Android. The newer Teclast are still running Android 5.1, which is of course dated too, but I was hoping to see at least this have Android 5.1 in there, because that would patch up a few of the security loopholes and whatnot. So not particularly good to see there with the older version. But the performance of the ROM is fine. I mean, of course, me swiping around here doesn't really show you too much, but I can tell you that, yes, it's fine. I don't really notice any stutters or lags or anything, and that is probably helped by the fact that it's quite light. Now, when I first ran the tablet, you'll see that, sorry, I need to find gallery. Where is gallery? You see that there was a bit of bloatware installed. Now, there's quite a few apps on there that they have pre-installed. The good thing is you can actually go along and just uninstall all that crap and just remove it all, which is good. You can get rid of literally all of it. And they do have in the gallery, I noticed, well here, they've put in a couple of promotional material there. They do have a few videos here and a couple of things to try and show off the screen here. So you have a look at this. They've just got these images that have really high saturated colors on them, just trying to make that IPS panel look really good. And the images do look quite nice on there. And another thing to notice too with the screen, you're not going to see any pixels or anything unless you look really close, because it does have 240 ppi, which isn't bad. So I did benchmarks that I normally do. Did run a few of them. Hang on, just get this to rotate. What's going on? Auto rotation has gone on me. No, auto rotate is enabled. There we go. Okay. So that was a little bit buggy there. So the benchmarks I normally run, did go through them just very quickly. And I'll show you those now. So here is a Geekbench 3 score. Not bad. I guess for the old chipset, it's okay, really. Here is Antutu 6.1. Almost 50,000. Yeah, you know, average. It's only a quad core. That's how it compares to other devices there. So performance-wise, you know, it's not amazing. But remember, this is under 80 US, the price of this. So here's our iStorm Unlimited score. iStorm Extreme. And, oh yeah, PC Mark. I tried to run that because I wanted just to gauge the battery life on this thing. And it came up saying that your device isn't compatible with this version. So something to do with, I think the screen resolution maybe might have an effect on some applications, just won't support it. Something to do maybe with the way it's set up. Not really too sure on that, but that wasn't really good to see. Wireless performance now, actually quite good. It's got the Realtek Wireless N chipset in there, and the performance, this is pretty much the same kind of scores that my desktop got, so not bad at all. And the range seems okay. That is not too bad. So battery life, I just wanted to quickly point out just a couple of things there that before I get on to just a couple of games that I would show you. Battery life seems average. At the moment I'm at 45%. Now I have had wireless on the whole time. I've done a little bit of gaming. I played a bit of Dead Trigger, Play Store. You see there, battery life, we're looking at, I would say, about 3 hours if you're going to be gaming and things, depending on your screen brightness. Now, the screen brightness I have been using the whole time has been, full brightness. Well, no, it's actually been about halfway most of the time that I've been using there. So I think if you're not gaming the whole time, you probably might be able to squeeze out maybe 4 hours. But you're looking, yeah, 3.5, 4. So battery life, not really that good, is it? I was hoping for a little bit better. So that is definitely one of the disappointing things there. But overall, using it too. Before I do the gaming test, I just wanted to quickly show you my playbooks here. If I can find it. There it is. And just quickly show you how an ebook runs, because they are promoting this as an ebook reader. So there's a magazine here that I had actually downloaded as a PDF. And it looks okay, it looks good on the screen, and the size of it, of course, like holding it up like this, not bad. You of course can flip it around into landscape there and have a look through. And it is sharp enough that when you look at it quite closely, yeah, I think you can read text okay. Personally, I wouldn't be using it like this. I'll be using it in portrait. I think it's a lot better. And I can read that just fine. I don't think it's going to be too straining in my eyes. And you can dim that screen right down. Sorry. Dims down nicely. I think it's not going to be too bright to actually blind your eyes or anything. Of course, Google Play, the Playbooks, does have that nighttime mode as well, which will definitely come in handy there to save your eyesight. And Android browser performance here is really good, nice and smooth, no problems. Touch accuracy using the screen to click on links and things like that. I'm not having any issues with that. It's working very well. So I think the use of this tablet would be mainly, I think, with things like this. Like you just be like browsing, looking at your ebooks, maybe a little bit of gaming. Because of that, battery life just tends to be chewed up quite quickly when you do game. But this performance is really good. I will quickly just show you the speaker. What am I doing? I want to type in YouTube here. Okay, so the keyboard. You can see it's that dated KitKat keyboard now. That is showing its age a little. But, you know, it works. That's the main thing. I'm just going to type in some... what have we got? Carbon. Ooh, if I can type properly. Carbon-based life forms. So let's have a look and see how loud the speaker is. How good it is. Should I say how poor it is, probably. What's happened there? My screen is gone. Okay, that was a little bit buggy then. I have no idea what happened then. So I'm not going to edit that out. I'm going to keep that in because I like to keep my videos raw. Not going to remove the bugs because I'm not trying to hide anything. So that speaker was horrible, really. That just, you can hear it distorting. This not really good at all, is it? It just isn't loud enough. There's zero bass and yuck. Not a good speaker. So you definitely want to be using a headset. Now I'm just going to have a look at some games now and see how they perform on this Baytrail Z3735. So most demanding game here, Mortal Kombat X. Actually seems to be running okay. Not as slow as I thought. Real Racing 3. Okay, it's getting quite warm now from gaming there. I just wanted to have a look at the temperatures. Very, very toasty around here. Okay, it's nearing about 40 degrees. Whoa, that is 43, 44. Wow, that is hot. I can feel it getting quite hot there. This game is SAS 4. Look at this, I'm getting close to 50 degrees. This is just getting too hot. Very hot gaming. 50, there we go. So to recap my findings, as you've just seen there, that the tablet gets really far too hot when gaming, and that's a little bit disturbing actually. Getting up to 50 degrees there, it just is really beyond comfortable. When you're holding it on the back there, you just notice that, yeah, that is getting way too hot. So not good to see. The speaker, yeah, it is quite bad, very poor, not good at all. But I'll go over the pros of this. It's very cheap, it has a nice screen, probably is, yeah, more suited to what they are marketing as more of a ebook reader, probably a tablet that's just useful for browsing the web, maybe looking at some videos on YouTube, things like that. Battery life there, also disappointing. Very little space, of course, with just a 32GB eMMC. And overall, yeah, I mean, what can you expect for about 75 US? You're still getting quite a lot too. Keep in mind there that it does have a full Windows 10 licensed operating system on there too, as well as Android. So you're still getting quite a bit there. And the build of it, yeah, a bit plasticky. Disappointing to see that my micro SD card here is just not working at all. But you know, what can you expect from this price range? So do stay tuned to the playlist for the X89 Kindow, because I will have the Windows review coming up in hopefully a few days or so. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.